Arthritis is a crippling disease. It affects all of us, the young, old, men and women of all ages. Arthritis is a condition that affects our joints, making them stiff, painful and swollen. There are many different kinds of arthritis and they can affect people of any age. Did you know that the foods you eat can affect your arthritis pain and symptoms? Inflammation, a major cause of arthritis, is often made worse or better because of a person's diet. You can influence inflammation by eating anti-inflammatory foods, such as leafy greens and colorful vegetables, and avoiding the following inflammatory foods. 1. Processed foods. Avoid processed foods, such as baked goods and prepackaged meals and snacks. These items contain trans fats to help preserve them, and trans fats trigger systemic inflammation. To dodge trans fats, avoid any foods labeled as containing partially hydrogenated oils. 2. Omega-6 fatty acids. Corn, peanut, sunflower, safflower, and soy oils, as well as most meats, are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which are only healthy in small doses. Excessive omega-6 consumption can trigger inflammatory chemicals. 3. Sugar and certain sugar alternatives. Foods that contain refined sugar, including pastries, chocolate, candy, soda, and even fruit juices trigger the release of proteins in the body called cytokines, which cause inflammation. Sugar is labeled in many ways in food items. In addition to sugar, watch out for corn syrup, fructose, sucrose, or maltose in ingredient lists. Cutting back on regular sugar may lead people to seek out foods made with sugar alternatives, such as aspartame and sucralose, when sweet tooth hits. However, some people are sensitive to these substances, which can cause an inflammatory response from the body. Sugar alternatives are often found in diet sodas, gum, sugar-free candy, and low-fat yogurt and pudding. 4. Red meat and fried foods. Meat, especially red meat, is high in saturated fats, which may cause high cholesterol and inflammation. In addition, meat contains high levels of advanced glycation end products, AGEs, that stimulate inflammation, particularly when it is broiled, grilled, roasted, or fried. It's not just fried chicken that you should avoid, though. Other fried foods, such as donuts and French fries, contain trans fats in addition to AGEs. 5. Refined carbohydrates. White flour products, such as white bread, white pasta, and crackers, are considered refined carbohydrates. Refined carbohydrates, also called refined grains, cause a spike in blood glucose, which has been shown to increase inflammation in the body. Another factor to consider about grains: people with gluten sensitivities may experience joint pain and inflammation from consuming wheat products. 6. Cheese and high-fat dairy. Cheese, butter, cream cheese, margarine, and mayonnaise are all high in both saturated fats and advanced glycation end products, AGEs. They're big inflammation triggers and should be consumed sparingly. However, a recent study found that some dairy products, especially fermented dairy products like Greek yogurt, are anti-inflammatory for people who are not sensitive to cow's milk. 7. Alcohol. Experts agree consuming too much alcohol increases inflammation and health risks. However, the research regarding moderate alcohol consumption is mixed. If you are trying to decrease inflammation, try cutting out alcohol altogether for 4 to 6 weeks and see what happens. You may notice a decrease in inflammatory joint pain. You may also notice that you sleep better, which itself can help decrease chronic pain symptoms. Initially, it may seem like many tasty foods are off limits. Keep in mind that a few simple swaps can often make the difference between healthy and unhealthy food choices. For example, cook with olive oil instead of corn oil, or swap out white bread for whole grain bread. Avoiding foods and drinks that trigger inflammation is not just good for your arthritis. An anti-inflammatory diet can also help prevent other chronic conditions like heart disease and diabetes. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share it with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified of the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for low-cost healthy living. According to a trusted medical website, WebMD, there are around 58 million people who suffer from irritable bowel syndrome, also commonly known as IBS. If you are one of those individuals, or if you suspect that you may be plagued with cramping, bloating, constipation, and belly pain. If you suspect that you are suffering from IBS, a visit to your healthcare provider is advised. This is important as the symptoms of IBS can sometimes be caused by another complicated medical problem. With that said, even if you are diagnosed with having IBS, there is a good chance that your doctor will recommend a number of natural remedies for treatment. It is not a surprise that many healthcare professionals recommend natural remedies for irritable bowel syndrome (IBS). Of course, medications, such as antidepressants and antidiarrheals may be prescribed, but most find the greatest relief with natural remedies, as well as lifestyle changes. This is a fact that many professional healthcare providers are well aware of. Modifying your diet is an easy and natural way to manage irritable bowel syndrome (IBS). Healthy foods are a must, but so are foods that are high in fiber. Fiber helps to regulate the digestive system, thus resulting in effective and regular bowel movements. This provides much-needed relief to many suffering from IBS. If you must, fiber supplements can be taken. However, fiber is naturally found in a large number of foods. These foods include fresh fruits and vegetables and whole grain foods, such as whole grain bread or cereal. In keeping with food, many individuals are urged to stay away from certain foods. These are individuals whose symptoms are triggered by certain foods. If you are noticing a pattern in your pain and discomfort, it may be due to the foods or drinks that you are consuming. These items should either be completely eliminated from your diet or at least limited. Despite the possibility of a variance, caffeine, alcohol, and beans are common trigger factors for many suffering from irritable bowel syndrome. A regular consumption of water, around 8 glasses, a day is also advised. As for the pain and discomfort that is often associated with irritable bowel syndrome (IBS), there are a number of natural remedies that can result in pain relief. One of those remedies is exercise. In addition to walking, running, or aerobics, stretching often provides many individuals suffering from IBS with relief. As previously discussed, consuming foods that are high in fiber is a great way to naturally relieve the symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome (IBS). One approach that you will not want to take is with the use of laxatives. Many individuals confuse laxatives with fiber supplements, but they are not the same. Laxatives are actually considered over-the-counter medications, as they are not natural. Laxatives may temporarily relieve the feeling of constipation, but they are not a permanent fix. In fact, too many laxatives can have a negative impact on the body, which could lead to additional health complications. As a reminder, if you believe that you are suffering from IBS, such as if you constantly feel bloated, have stomach cramps, or constipation, it is important that you first seek medical attention. This will help to ensure that you are dealing with irritable bowel syndrome and not a more serious medical illness. Once you have been diagnosed as having IBS, you can seek relief by using a few of the previously discussed natural remedies. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like, and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living. Did you know that eating nuts can significantly contribute to healthy hearts? Nuts are low in saturated fat, so consuming them instead of animal protein sources can help to lower your LDL, bad cholesterol. They contribute fiber, potassium, and calcium to your diet. This video, therefore, will present to you the benefits of eating nuts for a healthy heart. Research suggests that eating nuts may lower your low-density lipoprotein (LDL) or bad cholesterol and triglyceride levels, which play a major role in the buildup of deposits called plaques in your arteries, improve the health of the lining of your arteries, lower levels of inflammation linked to heart disease, and reduce the risk of developing blood clots, which can lead to a heart attack and death. What might make nuts heart healthy? Besides being packed with protein, most nuts contain at least some of these heart-healthy substances. Unsaturated fats. It's not entirely clear why, but it's thought that the good fats in nuts, both monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, lower bad cholesterol levels. Omega-3 fatty acids. It's well known that omega-3 fatty acids are found in fish, but many nuts also are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s are healthy fatty acids that seem to help your heart by, among other things, preventing irregular heart rhythms that can lead to heart attacks. Fiber. All nuts contain fiber, which helps lower your cholesterol. Fiber also makes you feel full, so you eat less. In addition, fiber is thought to play a role in preventing type 2 diabetes. Vitamin E may help stop the development of plaques in your arteries, which can narrow them. Plaque development in your arteries can lead to chest pain, coronary artery disease, or a heart attack. Plant sterols. Some nuts contain plant sterols, a substance that can help lower your cholesterol. Plant sterols are often added to products such as margarine and orange juice for additional health benefits, but sterols occur naturally in nuts. L-arginine. Nuts are also a source of L-arginine, which is a substance that may help improve the health of your artery walls by making them more flexible and less prone to blood clots that can block blood flow. Nuts are loaded with antioxidants. Nuts are antioxidant powerhouses. Antioxidants, including the polyphenols in nuts, can combat oxidative stress by neutralizing free radicals, unstable molecules that may cause cell damage and increase disease risk. One study found that walnuts have a greater capacity to fight free radicals than fish. Research shows that the antioxidants in walnuts and almonds can protect the delicate fats in your cells from being damaged by oxidation. In one study in 13 people, eating walnuts or almonds increased polyphenol levels and significantly reduced oxidative damage, compared to a control meal. Another study found that 2 to 8 hours after consuming whole pecans, participants experienced a 26 to 33% drop in their levels of oxidized bad LDL cholesterol, a major risk factor for heart disease. However, studies in older people and individuals with metabolic syndrome found that walnuts and cashews didn't have a big impact on antioxidant capacity, though some other markers improved. Nuts may aid weight loss. Though they're considered a high-calorie food, research suggests that nuts may help you lose weight. One large study assessing the effects of the Mediterranean diet found that people assigned to eat nuts lost an average of 2 inches (5 centimeters) from their waists, significantly more than those given olive oil. Almonds have consistently been shown to promote weight loss rather than weight gain in controlled studies. Some research suggests that pistachios aid weight loss as well. In one study in overweight women, those eating almonds lost nearly 3 times as much weight and experienced a significantly greater decrease in waist size compared to the control group. What's more, even though nuts are quite high in calories, research shows that your body doesn't absorb all of them, as a portion of fat stays trapped within the nut's fibrous wall during digestion. For instance, while the nutrition facts on a package of almonds may indicate that a 1-ounce 28-gram serving has 160 to 170 calories, your body only absorbs about 129 of these calories. Similarly, recent studies found that your body absorbs about 21% and 5% fewer calories from walnuts and pistachios, respectively. Nuts may deter diabetes. Many studies show that people who eat more nuts have less risk of diabetes. But researchers now say that nuts may even help prevent people with prediabetes from developing into the disease's full-blown version. When adults who had prediabetes added 2 ounces, a heaping handful, of pistachios to their daily diets, their levels of insulin resistance improved. Nuts are a good source of fiber. Fiber helps to slow digestion, which helps you feel full longer. This translates into eating less, which over time can lead to weight loss. The role of fiber does not stop there. Fiber intake from fruits, vegetables, whole grains and nuts helps to decrease cholesterol. If you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for low-cost healthy living. So, you know the health benefits of eating fish? If you don't know, then this video is for you, since there are many health benefits of eating fish. Fish is among the healthiest foods on the planet. It's loaded with important nutrients, such as protein and vitamin D. Fish is also a great source of omega-3 fatty acids, which are incredibly important for your body and brain. Supported by research, these are the healthy benefits of eating fish. 1. High in important nutrients. Fish is packed with many nutrients that most people are lacking. This includes high-quality protein, iodine, and various vitamins and minerals. Fatty species are sometimes considered the healthiest. That's because fatty fish, including salmon, trout, sardines, tuna, and mackerel, are higher in fat-based nutrients. This includes vitamin D, a fat-soluble nutrient that many people are lacking. Fatty fish also boast omega-3 fatty acids, which are crucial for optimal body and brain function and strongly linked to a reduced risk of many diseases. To meet your omega-3 requirements, eating fatty fish at least once or twice a week is recommended. If you are a vegan, opt for omega-3 supplements made from microalgae. 2. May help prevent and treat depression. Depression is a common mental condition. It's characterized by low mood, sadness, decreased energy, and loss of interest in life and activities. Although it isn't discussed nearly as much as heart disease or obesity, depression is currently one of the world's biggest health problems. Studies have found that people who eat fish regularly are much less likely to become depressed. Numerous controlled trials also reveal that omega-3 fatty acids may fight depression and significantly increase the effectiveness of antidepressant medications. Fish and omega-3 fatty acids may also aid other mental conditions, such as bipolar disorder. 3. Contribute to a healthy heart and brain. Eating fish is an important source of omega-3 fatty acids. These essential nutrients keep our heart and brain health. 2 omega-3 fatty acids found in fish are EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. Our bodies don't produce omega-3 fatty acids, so we must get them through the food we eat. Omega-3 fatty acids are found in every kind of fish but are especially high in fatty fish. Some good choices are salmon, trout, sardines, herring, canned mackerel, canned light tuna, and oysters. 4. It helps improve vision and eye health. The Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality found that omega-3 fatty acids are beneficial to improving vision and eye health. This is because the brain and eyes are heavily concentrated in omega-3 fatty acids and need them to maintain their health and function, according to the AHRQ's findings. Fish is one of the best sources of these good fats. 5. It can help you sleep better. If you have trouble falling or staying asleep, eating more fish may do the trick. According to a study published by the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine, increased consumption of fish improved quality of sleep for most subjects. Researchers suspect that this is due to fish's high concentration of vitamin D, which aids in sleep, according to the study. 6. It helps alleviate rheumatoid arthritis. If you suffer from rheumatoid arthritis, which is a chronic inflammation of your joints, eating more fish can help alleviate the swelling and pain. The American College of Rheumatology found that higher consumption of fish actually lowers disease activity in rheumatoid arthritis. 7. It decreases the risk of heart failure. Fish has a very heart-healthy reputation, and for good reason. A study conducted by the Division of Aging at Brigham and Women's Hospital's Department of Medicine showed that moderate consumption of fish will help lower risk of heart failure, due to its high concentration of heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids. 8. May help a healthy pregnancy. DHA, an essential fatty acid in fish, plays a huge role in the health of a growing fetus, contributing heavily to the development of a baby's brain and central nervous system. The mother is the sole source of omega-3 fats for the developing fetus and exclusively breastfed infant, and the best direct source for the mom comes from eating fish and seafood. It is important for pregnant women to eat fish in moderation, and make sure they're choosing fatty fish low in mercury and other harmful substances. 9. May boost your brain power. The omega-3 fatty acids fish contains, especially EPA and DHA, are a necessary component of the human brain, playing a vital role in a variety of cognitive functions. Consuming EPA and DHA support the health of the brain at all stages of life, says Christy Nays, a registered dietitian with the Heart's Kitchen. It is beginning to become clear that low DHA status may be a risk factor for Alzheimer's disease and other types of dementia, and with cognitive impairment associated with aging. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for next. You find yourself feeling depressed? If so, you may be looking for relief. Depression is a medical condition that can be mentally and emotionally draining. Those who have depression with dangerous and deadly thoughts, such as suicide, are urged to speak with a medical professional immediately. However, if you only find yourself feeling down or depressed on occasion, you may want to examine natural remedies, also commonly referred to as home remedies. As with many other medical issues and complications, a healthy diet is a great way to manage or treat depression. A well-balanced diet is the key to staying happy and healthy, especially where depression is concerned. All individuals are encouraged to drink water and consume a good number of fruits and vegetables each and every day. In fact, there are a number of natural home remedies for depression that are based on healthy foods. Using asparagus to treat or manage depression is another method that comes highly rated and recommended. The root of an asparagus is the area that you will want to target. Take a piece of asparagus and squeeze or crush the bottom root. If properly done, a powder will appear. This powder should be consumed daily with amounts of 1 or 2 grams each day. Apples are another food item that can be used to help provide relief to those suffering from depression. Apples are known for their vitamin B and potassium, which has a number of benefits where depression is concerned. Although eating an apple each day is enough for many individuals, there are others who suffer from depression who recommend eating an apple with milk and honey daily. Receiving the proper amount of vitamin B can also help those suffering from depression. As previously stated, apples are known for their vitamin B benefits. Apples are not the only foods with a strong presence of vitamin B. Other foods that are recommended include eggs, green vegetables, whole grain foods, and fish. As ideal as it is to naturally receive vitamin B from foods, you may also want to examine natural vitamin B supplements, as they are a quick and effective way to help with depression. Rose petals can also be used to help manage or treat depression. When using this natural remedy for depression, take a small number of rose petals and mix them in boiling water. Once cooled, drink the mixture. Another optional step involves mixing in a small amount of sugar. This can help with those who have taste preferences. Another natural yet alternative way to treat or manage depression is to use meditation. Meditation and relaxation are two proven successful ways to cope with depression. For many individuals, sitting in a quiet room with their legs crossed, simply inhaling and exhaling is enough. For others, they choose to first learn the proper ways to relax and meditate. This is easy to do online or with an instructional video. Most instructional meditation videos and books are available for sale both on and offline. In keeping with relaxation, a relaxing bath is another way to help manage depression. Although a bath may not provide permanent relief, it is a step that should still be taken. When using a bath to manage depression, many recommend a warm water bath, as well as the addition of natural immersion. For the best chance of relaxation, baths should be taken in a quiet room that is not fully lit, as excessive lighting and noise can hinder one's ability to relax. The earlier mentioned natural home remedies are just a few of the many that you may want to try if you find yourself depressed. These home remedies can also be recommended to any close friends or family members that you know. It is also important to remember that depression can also be chronic. It is at this point that professional assistance should be sought. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living. A cancer drug has now been discovered and currently on its clinical trials to human subjects. This could be very expensive and I'm wondering if everyone can afford it. If early signs of cancer can be diagnosed or detected, then this can be prevented. One best way is to eat natural foods that are medically tested to stop spreading cancerous cells. These are 1. Fatty fish. Fatty fish, including salmon, mackerel, and anchovies, is rich in essential nutrients, such as vitamin B, potassium, and omega-3 fatty acids. One study found that people whose diets were high in freshwater fish had a 54% lower risk for colorectal cancer than those low in freshwater fish. Another study found that consumption of fish oil later in life has links to significantly lower risk for prostate cancer. Finally, a study following more than 68,000 people found that people who consumed fish oil supplements at least 4 times a week were 62% less likely to develop colon cancer than those who did not. 2. Cruciferous vegetables. Cruciferous vegetables, such as broccoli, cauliflower, and kale, contain beneficial nutrients, including vitamin C, vitamin K, and manganese. Cruciferous vegetables also contain sulforaphane, a plant compound with anti-cancer properties. One study shows that sulforaphane significantly inhibits cancer cell growth and stimulates cell death in colon cancer cells. Another study shows that sulforaphane in combination with genistein, a compound in soybeans, can significantly inhibit breast cancer tumor development and size. Sulforaphane also inhibits histone deacetylase, an enzyme with links to cancer development. One review recommends 3 to 5 servings of cruciferous vegetables per week for the best cancer preventive effects. 3. Carrots. Carrots contain high amounts of beta-carotene, which may prevent certain types of cancer. Carrots contain several essential nutrients including vitamin K, vitamin A, and antioxidants. Carrots also contain high amounts of beta-carotene, which is responsible for the distinct orange color. Recent studies reveal that beta-carotene plays a vital role in supporting the immune system and may prevent certain types of cancer. A review of 8 studies shows that beta-carotene has links to a reduction in the risk of breast and prostate cancer. Another analysis shows that higher consumption of carrots results in a 26% lower risk of developing stomach cancer. 4. Berries. Berries are rich in vitamins, minerals, and dietary fibers. Scientists have shown a lot of interest in berries due to their antioxidant properties and potential health benefits. One study shows that anthocyanin, which is a compound in blackberries, lowers biomarkers for colon cancer. Another study demonstrates that the anti-inflammatory effects of blueberries can prevent the growth of breast cancer tumors in mice. 5. Apples. The phrase, "an apple a day keeps the doctor away," is actually true. Apples contain polyphenols that have promising anti-cancer properties. Apples contain anti-cancer properties that may also help prevent inflammation, cardiovascular disease, and infections. Polyphenols are plant-based compounds that may prevent inflammation, cardiovascular disease, and infections. Some research suggests that polyphenols possess anti-cancer and tumor-fighting properties. For example, the polyphenol fluoridin inhibits a protein called glucose transporter 2, GLUT2, plays a role in advanced stage cell growth in certain types of cancer. The Journal of Food and Drug Analysis published a study in 2018 showing that apple fluoridin significantly inhibits the growth of breast cancer cells, while not affecting normal cells. 6. Walnuts. Walnuts contain a substance called pedunculogen, which the body metabolizes into urolithins. Urolithins are compounds that bind to estrogen receptors and may play a role in preventing breast cancer. In one animal study, mice receiving whole walnuts and walnut oil had higher levels of tumor-suppressing genes than the mice receiving vegetable oil. According to the American Institute for Cancer Research, all nuts exhibit cancer-preventing properties, but scientists have studied walnuts more than other types of nut. And finally, 7. Legumes. Legumes are high in fiber, which may help lower a person's risk of developing cancer. Legumes, such as beans, peas, and lentils, are high in fiber, which may help lower a person's risk of developing cancer. One meta-analysis of 14 studies show an association between higher legume consumption and lower risk of colorectal cancer. Another study examines the relationship between the intake of bean fiber and the risk of breast cancer. The study results indicate that people who ate diets high in bean fiber were 20% less likely to develop breast cancer than those who did not meet their daily fiber intake. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share it with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified of the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing and for a low-cost healthy living. The coronavirus epidemic is currently the top global issue. It affects all of us, our way of living, our nation's economy, and practically everything. Not too long after the virus was first discovered at the end of December, laboratories turned their sights toward treatment. Currently, however, there is no cure for coronavirus, and treatments are based on the kind of care given for influenza. Known as supportive care, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. These treatments essentially treat the symptoms, which often involve fever, cough, and shortness of breath. In mild cases, this might simply mean rest and fever-reducing medications such as acetaminophen for comfort. The best way to prevent illness is to avoid being exposed to this virus. However, as a reminder, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention always recommends everyday preventive actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases, and that includes avoiding close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching eyes, nose and mouth. Staying home when sick. Covering when coughing or sneezing with a tissue, then throw the tissue in the trash. Cleaning and disinfecting frequently touched objects and surfaces using a regular household cleaning spray or wipe. Using face masks for people who show symptoms of the virus to help prevent the spread of the disease to others. Washing of hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially after going to the bathroom, before eating, and after blowing nose, coughing or sneezing. Using an alcohol-based hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol if soap and water are not readily available. While there is no one way to avoid infection entirely, strengthening your immune system with particular food ingredients can go a long way to reduce your risk of contamination. Now, do you know what foods to eat to help protect yourself from coronavirus? Nutrition experts and health professionals have shared and revealed the foods and spices that boost immunity and health fast, and these are onions, garlic, berries. Antioxidant-rich foods including berries, garlic, and onions are essential for building up the immune system, which fights off viruses, nutritionist Lee Holmes wrote in a blog. They contain vitamins C, B, and E which help reduce the risk of disease and help fight off infections. According to Lee, antioxidant-rich foods, which also include eggplants, pumpkins, and carrots, and should be eaten at least once a day. Turmeric. Now that we've fought off oxidative damage, it's time to look at controlling inflammation, Lee said. Consuming anti-inflammatory rich foods is essential when it comes to the immune system. To ensure you're eating enough anti-inflammatory rich foods, increase your intake of vegetables and fruits. Eating at least 5 vegetables each day can help fight inflammation, and ingredients such as turmeric. One of my favorite anti-inflammatory ingredients is turmeric. I add it to everything. Seriously, the compound in turmeric known as curcumin holds a plethora of benefits, Lee said. Oysters. Zinc can be found in a range of foodstuffs including grass-fed beef, lamb, spinach and oysters, and Lee describes it as the absolute underdog of the immune system pyramid. It helps skin and bones and is particularly useful for fighting the flu as it attacks the infected cells. Eating foods rich in zinc is vital when it comes to looking after your immune system, as well as your gut, she explained. You can include zinc in your diet by incorporating more fish and seafood into your day, she added. Eggs. Eggs are very nutritious food containing more than 20 essential vitamins and minerals. Eggs are extremely nutritious food containing more than 20 essential vitamins and minerals including good quality protein, good fats, and vitamins A and E, nutritionist Susie Burrell advised. You can get many of these vitamins and minerals from other foods. But the one exception is selenium, a powerful antioxidant that plays a key role in cell health, and is found in very few foods including eggs and Brazil nuts. A single egg, for example, provides a quarter of your daily selenium requirement. As well as infertility, muscle weakness, hair loss, and mental fog, depleted selenium can lead to a weakened immune system. Mushrooms. They are a powerhouse for supporting the immune system and have been acknowledged by Eastern medics for thousands of years for their superpowers. The therapeutic component in these wonderful fungi acts as antibacterial, anti-inflammatory and cell-regenerating agents. Ginger. These ingredients provide antibacterial, antioxidant and anti-inflammatory action to relieve the unfavorable symptoms of flu. Rhodiola rosea. A herb that blooms in the cool, high-altitude regions of the continent, Rhodiola rosea is widely acknowledged for its ability to assist in managing stress and anxiety in humans. A study by Appalachian State University Human Performance Laboratory at the North Carolina Research Campus also suggests this super herb can help decrease the infection rate of viruses. In this study, marathon runners who took 600 milligrams of Rhodiola rosea 1 month before their race had a higher chance of protection against viral infection after the marathon. This is significant because runners and other athletes often become extremely prone to viral sickness after exerting their bodies for an extended period. Rhodiola rosea can be consumed in tea or tablet form as found in Clarity supplements by an Australian company. Green tea contains flavonoids that are believed to help block the production of virus-spreading enzymes in the body. Beyond this, it is extremely high in antioxidants and can give our bodies a much-needed boost to help fight viral symptoms when we become infected by a virus. It is also listed as a metabolism booster, which is vital to maintaining a healthy, well-flushed body. Live bacteria supplements. Nutritional therapist Hannah Bray said, "Most people are aware of how bacteria supplements can benefit your digestion. But many others don't realize how good they can be at supporting the immune system." Over 70% of the immune system resides in the lining of the gut and is supported by a diverse community of bacteria. Beneficial species of gut bacteria have been shown to influence both the innate and acquired immune systems. Taken over the winter months, they have been shown to significantly shorten common colds and reduce the severity of symptoms. Ms. Bray recommends multi-strain products like BioCult Multi-Strain Advanced Formula, which contains 14 different strains, as they are believed to have more positive benefits overall. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share it with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified of the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for low-cost healthy living. Are you an individual who suffers from allergies? If so, you may be looking for ways to seek relief. Most individuals turn to over-the-counter medications. While these medications do work, in most cases, there are many individuals who are concerned with exactly what it is they are putting into their bodies. In this video, we will show you a number of natural remedies for allergies so this can help you in your everyday lives. One natural allergy remedy that comes highly rated and recommended is that of apple cider vinegar. Oftentimes, the only complaint that most have with apple cider vinegar is the taste. However, it is not only known as a natural remedy to treat allergies. Many also use it to assist with weight loss, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. Most individuals using apple cider vinegar to treat allergies recommend taking 2 tablespoons a day. Mixing it with juice or water is also advised, which can assist with taste issues. Red clover is another natural allergy remedy. What is nice about using red clover to treat your allergy symptoms is all of the options that you have, as red clover is available in a wide range of formats. With that being said, most allergy sufferers recommend red clover tea. Red clover wine and red clover herbal supplements, which come in the format of pills, are also available for sale both on and offline. Carefully choosing the foods in which you consume is another natural way to reduce or treat the symptoms of allergies. Lime squeezed into water has been known to assist those with allergies. Vegetable juices and bananas also come highly rated and recommended. Acupuncture is also an ideal way to treat and relieve the symptoms of allergies. According to WebMD, a trusted medical website, acupuncture helps to reduce all allergy symptoms in a study performed on 26 patients. If you are interested in giving acupuncture a try, consider contacting your local health spas, as many offer alternative healing approaches. If acupuncture is not a service offered, you should be provided with contact information for another local practitioner. In addition to the previously mentioned natural allergy remedies, there are also steps that you can take to prevent the onset of allergies or steps that you can take to reduce these symptoms. Most of these helpful tips can still be considered natural allergy remedies, but in a different sense. Also, these additional tips are just about anyone suffering from allergies, as they are affordable and easy to implement. For pet allergies, stay a safe distance away from pets. With that said, if you are a pet owner who cannot bear to part with your beloved pets, be sure to keep them out of your bedroom, as this is where you spend most of your time. Since mold is a common trigger factor for allergies, it is important to take steps to remove mold from your home or prevent it from growing. Limiting the humidity in your home is a great way to reduce or completely prevent mold growth. Use a bathroom fan or open a bathroom window when taking a shower, to reduce mold growth in the bathroom. If you already have mold in your home, contact a professional to inquire about a mold removal. Until that time comes, be sure to avoid areas in your home where mold is present. The previously discussed natural allergy remedies are just a few of the many that allergy sufferers recommend, but they are a few of the most popular approaches taken. As a reminder, it is important to remember that natural remedies and home remedies work differently on different individuals. If you do not see the success that you had hoped for, not all hope is lost, as there should be another natural allergy remedy out there that can provide you with relief. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like, and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living.
Know that currently, there are many people who are turning to natural remedies for colds and flu. The use of herbal medicine, as one element of complementary and alternative medicine, is increasing worldwide. Little is known about the reasons for and factors associated with its use. This video, therefore, will present to you the natural cures or remedies for colds and flu. Some of the time-honored natural cures that have been used for centuries to prevent colds and flu, reduce symptoms, or shorten the duration of colds and flu are showing promising results in research studies. There are a variety of herbs, supplements, and food remedies which have shown favorable results, and these are: 1. Ginseng. The herb ginseng, used in Asia for over 2,000 years, made headlines recently after a double-blind placebo-controlled study published in the Canadian Medical Association Journal found that a ginseng extract reduced the number of upper respiratory infections by 25% during a 4-month period. The treatment group took 200 mg capsules of a ginseng extract every day for 4 months and reported reduced symptoms, duration of infections, and infection recurrence. Ginseng can have hormonal effects. Some studies suggest that ginseng can boost estrogen levels, so it should not be on the list of natural cures for women with breast cancer. Ginseng should also be avoided by people taking blood sugar medication or antidepressants known as MAO inhibitors, by children, people with high blood pressure, or by pregnant or nursing women. 2. Elderberry. A natural cure that has attracted a lot of attention is the berry extract from elderberry, Sambucus nigra, which contains more than one compound that's active against flu viruses. One of the many ways it works is by preventing the virus from attacking cells. A study found a 50% reduction in the severity and duration of symptoms in adults and children after taking an elderberry extract. Health food stores carry elderberry juice, syrup, and capsules suitable for adults and kids. Only commercially prepared elderberry products made from the berry extract should be used, because the fresh leaves, flowers, bark, young buds, unripe berries, and roots contain cyanide and can result in cyanide poisoning. This is definitely not a do-it-yourself natural cure that you can prepare. 3. Astragalus. Astragalus doesn't come with nearly as many warnings as ginseng. The dried root of astragalus is a popular ingredient in traditional Chinese herbal formulas. It's now used in the United States to strengthen the immune system and prevent colds and flu. Herbalists recommend it as an immune tonic for people who tend to catch colds frequently. Preliminary research has shown astragalus can stimulate immune function in humans. It can be found in capsule form at health food stores or as a dried root in Chinese herbal shops and some health food stores. Because of its mild taste, the dried root can be added to soups. The dried root is light yellow and the size and shape of a tongue depressor. A typical daily dose is 9 to 15 grams of the dried root, which equals about 3 to 4 slices. Traditionally in Asia, people took astragalus soup once a week throughout the winter. The dose is individual, and people with increased exposure or compromised immune systems may require more. 4. Kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir and yogurt. Kimchi, pronounced kim-chi, is a Korean spicy fermented side dish that has been getting a lot of press since the BBC published a report by scientists in Seoul, Korea who found that 11 of 13 chickens infected with the avian flu started to recover after they were fed an extract of kimchi. It is important to note that there have been no published reports of its effect on people affected by the new strain of avian flu. The key ingredient is thought to be a natural organic acid called lactic acid, that's also found in sauerkraut, milk, yogurt, kefir, a yogurt-like effervescent beverage, meat, and beer. 5. Ginger. Another on the list of popular natural cures is ginger. A cup of hot ginger tea is not only invigorating, but it is also a great cold fighter. Ginger contains compounds that have been found to be active against rhinoviruses, the most common group of cold viruses. Ginger is a diaphoretic, meaning it fights colds by gently raising body temperature and promoting perspiration. Ginger is also a blood thinner. Talk to your doctor before taking it if you are taking blood thinners. The preceding discussion is for general information only and is not intended in any way to be a substitute for professional medical advice. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health professionals if you have any concerns about your health, particularly during the flu season. These natural home remedy may not be applicable to everyone and could be detrimental to your overall health if not discussed with your physician as to possible interaction with any prescribed medication you may be taking. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for low-cost healthy living. Believe that you are suffering from menopause? If you are, you should know that you are not alone. As uncomfortable and as life-altering as many of the menopause symptoms can be, it is a natural occurrence that many women experience typically around the age of 40. It is relatively easy for women to treat the symptoms of menopause, and you can do so with many natural remedies, also commonly referred to as home remedies. Eating properly is an ideal way to relieve many of the common symptoms of menopause. For some women, it can be difficult to change their eating habits at this point in their lives, but many are pleased with the results. Foods rich in calcium and vitamin D are recommended. Although vitamin supplements can be taken, many menopause sufferers find the best success when adding additional calcium-rich foods, such as milk and cheese, into their diets. Lots of water should be consumed and caffeine consumption should be limited. Beet juice is also effective in providing those suffering from menopause with relief. This natural remedy for menopause has been proven successful on a number of occasions. Although you will find some variances when researching beet juice and menopause, most recommend consuming around 60 milliliters a day, 2 to 3 times daily. Sugar can be added for taste, although this additional step is optional. Soy is also an ideal and natural way to reduce or treat menopause symptoms. Soy is an ideal method of treatment for many, as it comes in a number of different formats. For example, soy foods, such as soy milk, can be purchased. Drink mixes are also available for purchase both on and offline. As for natural herbs, black cohosh is recommended for those suffering from the symptoms of menopause. Black cohosh, like many other natural remedies for menopause, has been proven effective in many studies. However, other additional studies have had inconclusive results. With that being said, many claim that black cohosh can help to reduce hot flashes. Hot flashes are one of the most common symptom complaints from menopause sufferers. In addition to hot flashes, black cohosh has also reportedly helps with sweating, another common menopause symptom. Another natural way to relieve the symptoms of menopause involves getting proper exercise. Aerobic exercises have been proven in numerous studies to help with hot flashes. Although aerobic exercises are recommended, it is important not to underestimate the important activity of walking. In keeping with exercises, many women suffering from menopause have seen success with yoga. Although there are many disputes associated with the claim of yoga, there are a number of yoga postures which claims state that they specifically target many menopause symptoms, including hot flashes. In addition to hot flashes, insomnia is another complaint made by those suffering from menopause. If you are finding it difficult to fall asleep at night and if you are suffering from menopause, there are a numbers of steps that you can take to see relief, steps which should make it easier for you to fall asleep at night. These simple steps involve creating a nighttime routine for yourself, avoiding caffeine, alcohol, and sleeping pills, as well as keeping your bedroom at a cool and comfortable temperature. Although not as natural as mentioned earlier, these steps may be able to help you get a good night's sleep, even when suffering from menopause. The preceding steps mentioned for natural remedies for menopause are just a few of the many that you may want to try, if you find that your menopause symptoms are unbearable. As a reminder, although these natural home remedies have proven successful for many, there are no guarantees that they will provide you with relief. However, since these remedies are natural, typically no harm can do from giving them a try. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living. The natural remedies for preventing coronary heart disease and heart attack? If you didn't know, then this video is for you. The direct causes of coronary heart disease and heart attack are the following: narrowing of blood vessels in the heart and the rest of the body by arteriosclerosis, high blood cholesterol level, high blood pressure, overweight, diabetes, high level of the amino acid homocysteine in the blood, high content of low-density lipoprotein (LDL) and low content of high-density lipoprotein (HDL) in the blood. Lipoprotein is a combination of protein and fatty substances bound together. These factors are interrelated in complicated ways and are causing or amplifying each other. For example, arteriosclerosis will cause higher blood pressure, and high blood pressure will cause even more arteriosclerosis. Many of these factors are ultimately caused or aggravated by these lifestyle factors: too high consumption of fat, cholesterol and sugar, consuming the wrong fat types, lack of fiber, vitamins, minerals and other diet deficiencies, stress at work and in the daily life, smoking, lack of exercise. Lifestyle adjustments will, therefore, be the main ways of preventing heart failure. General diet advice. A diet with the aim of preventing heart disease is generally the same as a diet to prevent cancer and other diseases. Here is the general diet advises: avoid or reduce the amount of food that is industrially processed, artificially made or heavily fried. Eat fish at least every second day. Also, eat seafood and fowls. Do not eat very much red meat. Eat 5 fruits or vegetables each day. Each piece should be of the size of an apple or carrot. They should be raw or carefully boiled so that the nutrients are not washed out. Eat full corn bread, full corn cereals, peas, beans and potatoes. Eat just a moderate amount of fat. Consume cholesterol-rich foods like egg, spawn or liver in just moderate amounts. Ideally, most fat you eat should be of the type monounsaturated. You also need some polyunsaturated fat of the types omega-3 and omega-6, but not too much of omega-6. The consumption of saturated fat should be moderate. In order to achieve right fat balance, much of the fat supply should come from a blending of sources like olive oil, canola oil, nuts, nut oil, sunflower oil, linseed oil, flax oil, fish and fish oil. Use only a moderate amount of soy oil and corn oil in the diet. Only using such oil types will give you too much polyunsaturated fat of the omega-6 type. Use just a very moderate amount of fat sources like butter, coconut oil and palm oil. High consumption of these fat sources gives you too much saturated fat. Avoid altogether fat that has been chemically altered, giving so-called trans fat. This type of fat is often found in margarine, cookies, snacks, fast food and other pre-made food. Consume just a very moderate amount of sugar, refined flour or refined cereals. Consume just a moderate amount of tranquilizers and stimulants like alcohol and caffeine. Use just a moderate amount of salt in the food. However, in warm weather and by hard physical work, you will need more salt. Diet supplements that help prevent heart disease. Evidence suggests that it will be helpful to take some supplements of natural substances to prevent heart disease and help to ameliorate already manifest heart problems. These supplements are omega-3 fatty acids derived from fish and other marine sources, especially the fatty acids EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, and alpha-linolenic acid. 1 gram a day of each of these substances may be taken as a supplement. Higher amounts should only be taken under medical supervision, since a higher amount of these substances may cause bleeding tendencies, and may suppress the immune system. Supplement of vitamin C has been thought to help prevent heart disease, but newer findings cast doubt upon this. Vitamin B6, pyridoxine, folic acid, folate, vitamin B12 and riboflavin seem to prevent the building up of the substance homocysteine in the blood and thereby help prevent heart disease, according to results from research projects. Get rid of overweight. The lifestyle measures discussed in this video will also help you lose weight. If these measures are not enough, you should consider engaging in a more specific weight reduction program. You should choose a program that has a moderate fat content philosophy. Some weight reduction programs have higher fat and low carbohydrate consume philosophy, and those are probably not the best ones to reduce the chance of getting heart disease. Exercise. You should do some exercise of at least half an hour at least every other day. Condition training as vigorous walking, jogging, cycling or swimming is best for reducing the heart attack probability. Muscular building exercises are also of value, especially exercises building leg muscles. Stop smoking. If you smoke, stopping or reducing this habit radically will decrease the chance of getting heart problems. Most importantly, if you are really unwell and feel that something is wrong with your health, go to a physician and ask for a professional advice. The articles mentioned in this video are only alternative natural ways to promote well-being and not a substitute for a professional advice. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living. Everyone experiences anxiety. In fact, being unable to do so can be a sign of a serious psychological problem. In our hazardous world, anxiety is a strategy the body uses to help the mind recognize danger and keep well out of its way. As with most mental illnesses, it's not the presence of anxiety alone that creates problems. It is more about how severe it is and how much it gets in one's way of life or quality of living. Most people feel anxious at some time in their lives. However, only about 5% of people experience severe anxiety and rarely seek professional help. Anxiety is a mixture of physical and mental symptoms. They are part of what psychologists call the fight-or-flight response. When the body is under threat, it automatically prepares either to defend itself or run. Anxiety is a normal reaction to stress. It helps one deal with a tense situation in the office, study harder for an exam, or remain focused on an important speech. In general, it helps one cope with the tasks and demands of everyday life. But when anxiety becomes an excessive, irrational dread of everyday situations, it can become a disabling disorder. Fortunately, effective treatments for anxiety disorders are available, and research is yielding new and improved therapies that can help most people with anxiety disorders lead productive and fulfilling lives. However, studies have shown that having a healthy diet may reduce signs and symptoms of anxiety. Although food can't cure an anxiety disorder, consider some diet changes and that would benefit a severely anxious person. Avoid or limit caffeine intake as much as possible. Caffeine is present in many soft drinks, not just in tea and coffee, and it can set up its own vicious cycle. It can speed up heart rate and disrupt sleep, which later on become prevailing signs of anxiety. Trying to overcome tiredness by drinking more caffeine only makes the long-term problem worse. Avoid too much alcohol. Similarly, alcohol can worsen the symptoms of anxiety and disrupt sleep. Many people reach for a drink to calm their nerves, but the consequences of overindulgence can outweigh the benefits of initial relaxation. For some, a hangover, insomnia, and dehydration make one feel worse than before one had a drink. In excessive amounts, alcohol can actually act as a depressant, making the drinker feel sluggish or more anxious. Alcohol, like a simple sugar, is rapidly absorbed by the body. Like other sugars, alcohol increases hypoglycemia symptoms. It also causes mood swings. Eat complex carbohydrates, also known as carbs. During anxious times, turn to comforting carbs. These foods act as a mild tranquilizer by increasing the amount of serotonin, a calming neurotransmitter in the brain. Complex carbs such as potatoes, whole wheat bread, and pasta take longer to digest than sugary simple carbs like white bread. That way, one can stay fuller longer and blood sugar is likely to stay steady, eliminating stress and anxiety. Be sure to drink 8 or more glasses of water a day. Dehydration can lead to fatigue, headaches and stress. One should be well hydrated, and drinking lots of water a day can decrease symptoms of anxiety. Take multivitamins and mineral supplements. B vitamins, whose role is to unlock the energy in food, are crucial. Vitamin B6 helps manufacture serotonin in the brain. Choose a daily supplement that supplies 100% of the daily recommendation of all vitamins and minerals. Although tension and daily stresses are unavoidable, one can relieve tension and manage stress and anxiety better by watching out for what one eats and what one does not eat. Remember that a healthy body and a healthy mind are often one and the same thing. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living. As we all try to take good care of our teeth, almost everyone experiences a toothache at least once in their life, some more than others. Unfortunately, most toothaches are just severe enough that they can hinder a person's ability to continue on with their daily tasks. Of course, a dentist should be seen if severe pain is present for more than 1 week, but many are surprised with the relief they receive from natural remedies. Natural remedies are a great way for the uninsured to seek relief, as well as a great way to treat the pain until a dentist can be seen. One natural remedy that works great for toothaches is that of onion consumption. There are a number of medical studies that proved that onions have bacterial benefits. For that reason, individuals suffering from a toothache should put a small onion piece on the tooth that is causing them pain. Relief can typically be seen in a matter of minutes. Also, due to the benefits of onions, those who eat a couple of raw onion pieces every day can protect their teeth. This is because a raw onion can help to kill common germs and bacteria in the mouth that can cause dental complications, such as a cavity. Another natural remedy and home remedies that is ideal for treating a toothache involves the consumption of garlic. A clove of garlic can be placed on the tooth that is producing the pain. Within a matter of minutes, relief will be felt. This relief may even be permanent, or it will last the longest, when compared to many other natural and home remedies for toothaches. In addition to garlic, a clove can be placed on the affected tooth. This will not only provide pain relief, but clove is also known to limit the chances of an infection. Pepper is considered a natural remedy and a home remedy that can help with a toothache that results from a cavity. When using this approach, a pinch of pepper should be placed on a tooth cavity. Many others also recommend adding in about 1/4 teaspoon of salt to create a salt and pepper combination. As previously stated, this can help to provide relief from a toothache associated with a cavity, but there are other dental benefits associated with this remedy as well. A small mixture of pepper and salt can also provide relief from bad breath and gum problems, such as soft or infected gums. In addition to using the earlier mentioned home remedies and natural remedies for toothaches, preventative steps should also be taken. This involves seeking regular dental care. A dental checkup is advised at least once a year, however, twice a year is better for those with known dental problems. Another preventative step that can be taken involves limiting the consumption of sugary foods and drinks, such as candy and soft drinks. These food and drinks can increase the chances of a cavity developing. If these sugary food and drinks are consumed, a quick brushing is advised. Speaking of food and drinks, those that are high in vitamin C and calcium are known to prevent many dental complications, including loose teeth, cavities, and gum disease. Lime is recommended for the healthy maintenance of teeth, however, dairy products, which are high in calcium, should also be consumed on a regular basis. If you are a parent, it is advised that you provide your children with a constant source of these calcium and vitamin C-rich foods, to limit the dental problems they may have in the future. As mentioned earlier, a number of natural remedies and home remedies can provide relief with a toothache. With that being said, it is also important to remember that preventative care is advised. Although the previously cited natural remedies will provide most relief from many common dental problems, a visit to a dentist is recommended for those suffering from severe, long-lasting pain. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living. Our skin plays an important role in our lives. In addition to protecting our bodies and internal organs, skin and its condition can also have an impact on appearance. For that reason, there are many men and women who are always on the lookout for ways to improve their skin or repair skin damage. Despite the fact that there are a countless number of over-the-counter skincare products that claim to provide relief and repair, there are also many natural remedies that can easily and safely produce the same results. If you are an individual who suffers from peeling skin, you are urged to examine the vitamins that you currently consume. Whether it be through the taking of a vitamin supplement or through the consumption of vitamin-rich foods, vitamins can play an important role in healthy skin. Proteins, vitamin A, vitamin B, and vitamin C can also assist with peeling skin. They do so by replenishing the skin with needed nutrients. For food consumption, fish, eggs, carrots, milk, cheese, vegetables, and citrus fruits should be consumed on a daily basis. Eczema is another skin problem experienced by many. Eczema is dangerous on many different levels, as it often produces the uncontrollable urge to itch. This can result in an itchy rash, which can also increase one's chances of developing an infection. One of the best ways to prevent an eczema outbreak is limit exposure to trigger factors. For some individuals, a trigger factor is food, such as dairy products. For others, an eczema trigger factor is close contact with certain chemicals, such as laundry detergent. If eczema is developed, a natural remedy that can provide relief is the daily consumption of tomato juice. Razor burn is another skin problem that is experienced by men, women, as well as teenagers. The best way to prevent razor burn is by careful shaving. Warm water should be used to help soften up the skin. Soap is also advised, as it can help to move the razor along, resulting in less skin nicks and cuts. Should razor burn develop, crush a few strawberries and mix them with 1 spoonful sour cream. This mixture should be applied to the affected area and left on for around 10 to 15 minutes. Apply daily until the razor burn is no longer an issue. Sunburn is another one of the many skin complications that many seek relief from. The good news with sunburns is that there are a number of natural remedies that can provide relief, mostly with the pain. Aloe vera is one of the most well-known natural remedies for sunburns. Other remedies involve milk and raw cucumbers. For cucumbers, apply slices of raw cucumbers to the burned area for relief and a reduction in skin inflammation. As for milk, dip it in a paper towel or cloth and gently apply to the skin. Milk tends to have a calming effect on burned and inflamed skin. Dry skin is another skin condition that many try to seek relief from. Dry skin can result in itching and it can increase one's chances of having an eczema outbreak. The good news, however, is that it is easy for many to naturally seek relief from dry skin. A mashed ripe banana is an ideal way to treat dry skin on the neck and face. Of course, this natural remedy can be used on other parts of the body, but it can get quite messy. Easy ways to relieve dry skin on the whole body include taking a milk bath once or twice a month or adding 5 drops of oat extract to warm bath water. As mentioned earlier, there are a number of natural remedies and home remedies that are ideal for treating a wide range of skin complications. Where the skin is concerned, it is important to keep any open cuts or wounds covered, as the risk of infection is quite high. Should you ever suspect an infection, seek medical treatment immediately, even if you are using some of the earlier mentioned natural. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living. You just recently noticed a wart on your skin? If you have, you may be interested in removing it. Warts can sometimes be painful, as well as unattractive. When it comes to wart removal, many individuals are pleased with all of the options they have. Those looking to have a wart removed have a number of different options. 2 popular options involve visiting a medical provider for a professional removal and purchasing an over-the-counter wart removal product. Of course, these approaches will work, but you may be looking for home remedy or a natural remedy. If you are looking for natural ways to remove a wart and from the comfort of your own home, this video will help you. Castor oil can help with wart removal. Unfortunately, this method of treatment can take up to a month or more, but it is still considered an effective way to remove a wart. What you will want to do is apply a small amount of castor oil to your wart. When doing so, you have a couple of options. There are some individuals who recommend applying castor oil twice a day, but others claim that only applying castor oil at night can work just as well. Raw, uncooked potatoes can also provide assistance with the removal of a wart. What is nice about this natural remedy for wart removal is that many already have a bag full of potatoes in their homes. When using a potato, cut the potato in half or into a smaller portion. Next, rub the potato on the affected area. This step should be repeated multiple times a day, at least 2 or 3 times. Many individuals will see success in about 2 weeks worth of time. In addition to potatoes, onions can also be used. Cut an onion and rub it on a wart, just as you would with a potato. Using fresh pineapples is another natural and effective way to remove a wart. What is nice about this home remedy and natural remedy is that it often produces quick results. Some individuals may see their wart disappear in as few as 3 days. As for the steps that you must take, cut a fresh pineapple and apply a piece to the wart, doing so multiple times a day. As previously stated, your wart may disappear in as little as 3 days. Grapefruit juice is another natural way to remove a wart with the use of food. When using a grapefruit to remove your wart, cut a grapefruit in half and squeeze the juice out. Apply a relatively small amount of grapefruit juice to the wart. This should be done multiple times a day, particularly 2 to 4 times a day. The area should then be covered with a bandage. Results will vary, but your wart should be removed in around a week or 2. In keeping with food, bananas peels can also be used. When using this natural remedy for warts, peel the banana and take a piece of the peel and place it on the wart. You may want to use tape or a bandage to help it stick. Make sure that the yellow side of the peel is facing the wart. One banana peel should last for about 12 hours worth of time. It is best to do this overnight and nightly for about 1 or 2 weeks, or at least until the wart is gone. Dandelion milk is another natural way to remove a wart. When using this approach, cut the stem of a dandelion and squeeze the milk out. Apply the milk to the wart. This should be done multiple times a day, namely around 2 or 3 times. For added convenience, cut a number of dandelions and squeeze the milk all at once. You can then store it in a small container. When doing so, make sure that the container is covered to prevent the dandelion milk from drying out. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living.
Welcome everyone. Before watching this video, don't forget to subscribe our channel by clicking the subscribe button below and clicking the bell icon so you'll be notified whenever we publish a new video. Children have constipation just like adults, and perhaps more often since they don't like to eat food that has a lot of fiber like vegetables and more vegetables. Children with constipation can use the same natural remedies as adults, but in lesser amounts. You can use these guidelines for children 3 years old and older. Children should have a bowel movement every day. It would be best for them to have at least 2, if they are eating 3 meals a day. If your child is having 3 or less bowel movement per week, it is time to get worried and take action. If you use some natural remedies, and your child still has only 3 or less bowel movements per week, then it's time for you to take your child to see a doctor. Continual constipation can reflect a more serious condition, especially if your child is eating the foods that promote natural bowel movements. The following are a list of things that you can do for your child with constipation. In fact, these recommendations are also good for you if you have constipation. 1. Drink more water. Children are very active and will perspire more than an adult during the day and lose water. If the body needs water, it will take from the stools and make them hard and difficult to expel. 2. Eat more fiber. Fruits and vegetables is where the fiber is. Using artificial fiber and laxative products is not a good idea. The body can become dependent on these products and lose its bowel sensitive and colon wall tone. 3. Having a bowel movement when it is time. Teach your children to go to the bathroom when they get the urge. A lot of times they will put it off if they are playing or doing something they like. Putting it off will desensitize the colon, and it will stop giving the bowel movement signal after a time. This will lead to constipation. 4. Use natural products that promote bowel movements. There are many fruits and vegetables that promote bowel movements. Use these as snacks. In cases where you use a natural remedy that is bitter, remind your child that it is medicine to help them go to the bathroom more frequently. Drinking water. Have your constipated child drink more water throughout the day. Use distilled water. Minimize the use of sodas, tea, and sweetened juices, as these are not water. Eating fruits and vegetables provide the body with distilled water, since they contain up to 70% water. Drink unsweetened fruit and vegetable juices, as this provide water and promote bowel movements. Eating fruits and vegetables. The best time to give your child fruits is in the morning. From the time they wake up to noontime is when the body is detoxifying. Heavy foods like meat, milk, cereal, and eggs hinder the detoxifying process. Fruits and their juices accelerate the detoxifying process and promote bowel movement, provided no protein or carbohydrates are eaten. A good breakfast is simply a bowl of fruit. A glass of juice can also be provided. When in season, use a big bowl of watermelon and cantaloupe slices. Otherwise, use a variety of seasonal fruits. Use fruits as a snack between meals. But do not give fruits after a meal as dessert. Wait 2 to 3 hours after a meal before giving fruit. This helps digestion and promotes bowel movements. Vegetables should be eaten with each meal at noontime and dinner. Vegetables provide water, fiber, and an array of minerals and vitamins necessary for good digestion and colon function. To make the salad more appealing for your child, add raisins or pieces of apple to it. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living.
So, you had a fun night out on the town last night with your romantic partner or a few close friends. Although you may have had a great time the night before, you may be feeling a little bit weird the next day, especially if you consumed alcohol. If alcohol was consumed, you may be experiencing the ever-so-dreaded hangover. Anyone who has ever experienced a hangover before knows the feeling of just wanting it all to go away. Unfortunately, many individuals believe that there is no cure for a hangover. Although cure may not be the best word used to describe seeking treatment, there are a number of natural remedies which many claim do provide hangover relief. You are looking to relieve yourself from a hangover, please continue viewing on as a few of these natural remedies, as well as tips for your next alcohol drinking outing are presented. Water is a natural remedy for hangovers. Before heading to sleep, after a night of drinking a lot of water can assist with your hangover the next morning. Alcohol, especially when consumed in large amounts, can impact a body's hydration, which can result in unpleasant feelings the next morning. That is why a glass or two of water before bed is a great idea. The next morning, as soon as you wake up, start drinking even more water. In addition to helping to treat a hangover, drinking water before you starting consuming alcohol also has a number of benefits. Eating can also help with a hangover from too much alcohol consumption. Eating should be done before, during, and after alcohol consumption. Most importantly, it is important not to consume large amounts of alcohol on an empty stomach. This increases a drinker's likelihood of becoming intoxicated or drunk, and it also increases the chances of a hangover the next morning. Eating before, during, or after alcohol consumption can slow down the rate in which alcohol is absorbed into the body and bloodstream. As for vitamins, which many individuals turn to when looking for a natural remedy, vitamin C and B is recommended for hangover relief. It has been claimed that vitamin B helps to shorten the length of a hangover. As for vitamin C, it can help to break down the alcohol in your body, also assisting with a hangover, namely by preventing one, shortening its length, or reducing symptoms. When it comes to a headache associated with a hangover, there are many individuals who take pain relievers. Of course, this approach will work for many, but it is not natural. If you are concerned with that you are putting in your body, you may be looking for a more natural way to relieve the headaches often associated with hangovers. A natural way to relieve a headache associated with a hangover is to place a cold pack on the head, however, a Ziploc bag filled with ice will also do. Depending on the activities that you have planned for the day, consider getting extra rest, preferably with an ice pack on your head or neck. An extra tip to help reduce the likelihood of a hangover involves limiting alcohol consumption. Many professionals recommend pacing yourself with one alcoholic drink an hour, as anything else increases the chances of a hangover. As previously stated, eating before, during, and after alcohol consumption can help with hangovers, as you aren't drinking on an empty stomach. Eating, even just snacking, while drinking will reduce the amount of alcohol consumed, as you are doing something other than just drinking. Also, some mixed drinks, especially those that are tasty, fruity, or sugary, should be avoided, as it is hard for some drinkers to gauge the amount of alcohol they are actually consuming. The preceding natural remedies discussed are just a few of the many that you can use to relieve the symptoms of a hangover. Also, those tips can also reduce your chances of having a hangover following the consumption of alcohol. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like, and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living.
Are you the parent of a child who has just come down with the chicken pox? If you are, you may be looking for ways to provide your child with relief. As we all know, chickenpox is accompanied by the uncontrollable urge to itch. Unfortunately, that itching can result in permanent scarring and the risk of infection increases as well. The good news, however, is that there are a number of natural and home remedies that you can use to provide your child with relief. Vitamin E oil is a great way to give a child with chickenpox relief. Vitamin E oil should be applied to the skin. Application once or twice a day should provide enough relief. What is unique about this natural remedy is it not only helps to relieve itching, but it can also help with healing. Vitamin E oil, when applied directly to the skin, can help to heal many of the marks associated with chickenpox. This is also ideal to help prevent scarring. Herbal tea is another remedy that is ideal for children with chickenpox. Many natural herbal teas provide drinkers with calmness. This is ideal for children with chickenpox, as many end up feeling hopeless and restless. When using this approach though, be sure to limit your child's consumption to 1 tea drink a day and at a slow consumption pace. Honey can also be used on a child who is suffering from chickenpox. When using this natural remedy, the honey should be applied to the skin. Although this can be messy, it will be able to provide your child with relief. In fact, the relief will appear almost instantly. Many also claim that honey helps to speed up the chickenpox and helps a child or even an adult with the chickenpox heals at a much quicker rate of speed. Pea water, namely green pea water, is another natural way to relieve many of the discomforts associated with having the chickenpox. Green pea water can provide relief when the skin is and feels irritated. It can also help with that uncontrollable urge to itch. An easy way to use green pea water is to cook peas on the stove. Drain the peas, but save the water. Let the green pea water cool and then apply to the skin. One of the best ways to relieve the need to itch that is commonly associated with the chickenpox is with oatmeal. Oatmeal can be applied to the skin, however, many parents find the best success when preparing an oatmeal bath for their children. When doing so, you can prepare a large quantity of oatmeal and then place it in a cloth bag, which should then be placed in the bath water. This approach is nice, as it tends to eliminate the mess associated with an old-fashioned oatmeal bath. Although an oatmeal bath is recommended for those suffering from the chickenpox, there are also others who recommend no baths at all. This recommendation is made when traditional baths are given, as opposed to oatmeal baths. Online, you can find a number of stories from parents who bathed one child during the chickenpox, but not the other. Many were surprised that there was a slight difference in healing times. Although this has yet to be proven, it is still an important point that should be taken into consideration. As narrated earlier, there are a number of natural home remedies that are ideal at helping a child deal with the chickenpox. As ideal as these remedies are, it is still important that you discuss the chickenpox with your child. Explain to them that their bumps and markings will soon disappear from their body, but that it is important not to touch or itch them. Should they feel the need to do so, be sure that they know to come to you for assistance. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share it with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified of the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for low-cost healthy living.
Acne is a skin condition that millions of individuals deal with, sometimes on a daily basis. Although acne is not a life-threatening condition, it can cause great stress. Acne, especially when constantly touched or picked at, can also lead to scarring or even an infection. For that reason, those suffering from acne often look for different ways to seek relief. When it comes to seeking relief from acne, there are a large number of over-the-counter products that claim to provide relief. In addition to simply just appearing on store shelves, a large number of over-the-counter acne medications are also appearing on our television screens and with famous celebrities standing behind the products. Of course, if you are suffering from acne, you can give these over-the-counter products a try, but it is also important to know that you do have a number of different options. These options involve the use of natural home remedies, which are a safer way to treat acne, as they do not rely on the use of potentially dangerous chemicals. There are a number of natural remedies for acne that rely on the use of food. One of those remedies is that of lettuce. Saturating lettuce in water for about an hour's worth of time will result in a special mixture.
This mixture should then be applied to the skin, acting as a rinse. This approach is a nice and easy way to get rid of unwanted acne. Fresh lime juice and milk are another natural remedy for getting rid of acne that comes highly rated and recommend. With this natural remedy for acne, boil a half of glass of milk. Once that milk has cooled, add in about the same amount of lime juice. You can then use a cloth to apply the mixture onto your acne-infected area. As an important reminder, wait until the boiled milk has cooled to an ideal level to promote comfort and prevent burns. For a small area of acne, ripe tomatoes can be used. For this home remedy, cut a ripe tomato in half and place the inside, wet portion of the tomato on the pimple or pimples. Leave it on for about an hour's worth of time and then wash off. A similar approach to this natural remedy, and one that still comes highly rated and recommended, involves the use of tomato paste. As previously stated, those suffering from severe acne put themselves at risk for developing an infection or scarring. Those who are known to touch or pick at their pimples are first advised to stop. That is the best way to keep your skin healthy. With that being said, aloe vera can also provide relief. When applied to the affected area, aloe vera can help to promote healthy healing on the skin. As mentioned earlier, there are a number of different natural remedies and home remedies for those suffering from acne, like you. As for why these natural remedies are advised, there are a number of different reasons. If you have ever tried over-the-counter skincare products before, you likely already know that they can be costly. Imagine that cost added up over time. It is also important to note that many over-the-counter acne treatment products have poor reviews. In fact, did you know that some products actually cause users more problems with rashes and acne than before? That is why many are now starting to rely on natural remedies instead, as they are affordable, easy to implement, and safe. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for low-cost healthy living.
In the United States, there are millions of Americans who use natural remedies as a way to seek treatment or relief from a minor medical issue. Since many are pleased with the results, ease of use, as well as affordability, many pet owners wonder if natural remedies can be used on their pet. In most cases, you will see that they can. When it comes to using natural remedies for pets, there are a number of important points that you will first want to take into consideration. One of those points is your source of information. If you decide to use a natural remedy that you got online, be sure to use your best judgment. Make sure that you are getting your information from a trusted website. In fact, the best ways to get information on natural remedies for pets is by buying printed resources, namely remedy books for pets, or by speaking with a vet. Another point that you will want to take into consideration, before deciding to use a natural remedy on your pet, is the problem at hand. For example, if your dog is having difficulty breathing or if they are bleeding excessively from a deep wound, it may be best to seek professional help. With that being said, natural remedies are a safe, easy, and affordable way to treat some pets with minor medical issues. Now that you know it is safe to use natural remedies on pets, you may be wondering what some of the most popular remedies are. A few popular home remedies for pets are discussed hereon. However, remember that additional remedies can be found online, with a standard internet search, by speaking with a vet, or by purchasing printed natural remedy resources for pets. Arthritis is a problem that many older dogs deal with. If you are the owner of a dog who is suffering from arthritis, there are a number of natural ways that you can provide them with relief. A warm wet washcloth or towel can be applied to the painful area for about 20 to 30 minutes. Additional steps involve reducing your dog's weight and keeping them away from extremely cold temperatures. Ear mites is another issue that pets, especially dogs and cats, deal with. Ear mites are important to take care of, as they result in itching, which can lead to an infection and other complications. One natural way to get rid of ear mites is to create an ounce or half-ounce mixture of vitamin E and almond. The mixture should then be put into a dropper and inserted in your dog or cat's ear. Garlic and olive oil can also be used to reduce the itching that is commonly associated with ear mites.
Although natural remedies can be used on many other pets, besides just cats and dogs, it is important to use your best judgment, as previously discussed. Just because one home remedy works on one animal, like a dog, it does not mean that it will work or be safe for another animal, like a horse. If you use the internet to find information on natural remedies, be sure to find detailed and specific instructions. This simple step can help to ensure that your pet gets the best level of relief safely from the use of a natural remedy. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living.
What is the very first thing that should be done in order to overcome addiction? Addiction and recovery has been a very serious subject and not many patients have been successful in it. Detoxifying the body is the key to addiction recovery. Whether you took heroin, meth, or crack, body detoxification is the answer, particularly liver detox. There are various methods for body detox. One of the most popular methods is sweat therapy or sauna. You see, sweat contains a lot of chemicals. These chemicals can be excreted through sweat, lung vapor, sebum, urine, and feces. Chemicals are mobilized through excessive sweating. Sweat also sends out vitamins, and so it is very important that the individual take vitamin supplements when undergoing a sweat therapy or sauna. The vitamin supplement will ensure that the deficiencies can be addressed properly. Choose a niacin vitamin supplement because it helps in mobilizing the fatty acids. These fatty acids help in releasing the chemicals. Exercise has always been part of the health regimen. This is very important during addiction recovery. The body must be able to get the right amount of exercise. You can consult your doctor and determine the proper exercises for you. Physical instructors can also help you out. By exercising every day and taking at least 2 detoxification methods, you will be able to detoxify your whole body completely. You can win and overcome drug addiction. However, this can only be done if you're willing to change and recover completely. You must be dedicated and you must have enough willpower to fight drug addiction. If you want to find out more info about drug recovery, you can set an appointment with the local support institutions or groups and the rehab centers. Once you've admitted to yourself that you have an addiction problem, you're on your way to recovery. The doctor or any other medical professional can help you with your problem. The severity of your case will be evaluated and the appropriate treatment option can be given to you. Oftentimes, the treatment can take several months depending on your improvement. If you take the treatment methods positively and you exercise some changes in behavior, there is a high chance of recovery. However, relapses can occur anytime and so continued monitoring is required. The family also plays a very important role in the fast recovery of the patient. Family support is essential to the success of the treatment methods. Body detoxification is good and in fact, many experts have proven it to be very effective, especially if coupled with some other effective treatment methods. Talk to your medical specialist and come up with more effective ways of treating addiction. The patient should be comfortable with the methods so that he or she can easily cope with the changes. Always remember that patients are having a difficult time in adjusting to the changes being introduced to their lives. They will need all the support and understanding of medical professionals and their families as well. Addiction and recovery can only be a success if the patient, family, and support groups work hand in hand. Addiction is one of the most prevalent problems of society and it should be addressed immediately. If you want to save yourself or a loved one, you must seek immediate medical attention. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living.
A preschooler or an elementary school-aged child? If you are, there will likely come a point in time when your child develops head lice. As frustrating as head lice can be, it is actually a common occurrence for most children between the ages of 3 to 10. This is because children are often close to each other during daycare or school. When it comes to treating head lice, many parents head right on down to their local drug stores to stock up on lice-killing supplies, such as head lice combs, lice-killing shampoo, and other sprays. Unfortunately, some of these products may not only be ineffective for your child, but they may also put them at risk. Parents are always encouraged to avoid exposing their children to unnatural chemicals whenever possible. The good news, however, for parents of children with head lice, is that there are a number of natural home remedies that are proven successful. One remedy for head lice involves saturating the hair with vinegar. This approach is nice, as most individuals already have vinegar in their homes. Parents who have tried this way to kill and remove head lice recommend leaving the vinegar on the hair for at least an hour before washing it out. To prevent a mess, shower caps or other similar items can be placed over the hair. Of course, be careful doing so, as you do not want to use something, such as a plastic bag, that could endanger your child. It has been reported that vinegar will kill lice in as little as 2 or 3 days. Tea tree oil is another natural and easy way to kill head lice. There are some individuals who apply tea tree oil directly to the hair in small amounts, however, many parents recommend another approach. This approach involves placing about 15 drops of tea tree oil in a bottle of shampoo. When doing so, it is best if the shampoo bottle is not completely full, as this allows the tea tree oil to spread evenly when shook. Tea tree oil, when combined with shampoo, should be used on a daily basis for at least 5 to 7 days. Mayonnaise can also be used to remove head lice. What is nice about this approach is that it should kill all types of head lice, including the eggs and adults. It is also nice, as all that you really have to do is walk right to your refrigerator. Mayonnaise should be applied to the hair and evenly spread. Many recommend leaving it in the hair for about an hour's worth of time. As with applying vinegar to the hair, it is a good idea to cover the hair with a shower cap. Just be sure to proceed with caution if you use a shopping bag or something else that can pose a risk of suffocation. Another natural way to remove head lice is to physically do so. Although this approach is natural, it can be extremely frustrating and time-consuming. What you will need is a comb, tweezers, and a flashlight. In fact, this approach should be taken even after you use tea tree oil, mayonnaise, or vinegar. These items will help to kill the lice in a child's head, but you will still need to take steps to remove the dead lice and eggs from your child's head. The best way to do so is with a comb or tweezers, and when your child's hair is still wet. What is nice about using the previously mentioned natural remedies is that they can be used even if you don't have confirmation that your child has head lice. For example, if you notice a few specks on your child's head that may resemble head lice, you can still use the earlier mentioned treatment options without unnecessarily putting your child at risk or exposing them to many of the chemicals that are found in over-the-counter head lice medications. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living.
You want to know if sleeping on top of a clove of garlic will cure your nagging sleep disorder? Keep on viewing this video so you will find out. Garlic is a very common food found in kitchens throughout the world and has been around for hundreds of years. While it has been used to season foods, it has also been placed in many home remedies for years. Because garlic is such a versatile ingredient, it has many beneficial qualities. It has many important qualities and health benefits as well. It is also high in vitamins and minerals, such as vitamin B, sodium, potassium and magnesium. It is also composed of sulfur. Garlic can treat many infections, metabolic disorders and respiratory problems. It contains antioxidants and anti-inflammatories which assist in cardiovascular health. It also reduces the body's cholesterol levels. It can also increase the body's blood flow and prevent premature aging.
It is claimed that garlic can help you to have a restful sleep, that consuming it can give you greater energy, that you can use it to ward off the common cold, and that it has antibacterial properties can be used to heal small wounds on the surface of the skin. Garlic, with scientific name Allium sativum, is a root vegetable species in the onion genus. It is native to Central Asia and northeastern Iran. It has long been used as a source of food flavoring and has been used in traditional medicine since the time of the ancient Egyptians. Ancient Romans and Greeks are said to have used it not just to flavor food but also to cure illnesses. It is claimed to have natural antibacterial effects which were utilized to ward off smallpox, common colds and dropsy. Garlic has a strong aroma which lingers on the breath when ingested. It is common in dishes from the Mediterranean and Asia. It is often combined and served with onions. When cooked, the flavor is retained but the key vitamins and minerals are lost through the heating process. Garlic contains several nutrients including vitamins B6, thiamine and pantothenic acid, vitamin C and dietary minerals, manganese, phosphorus, calcium, iron and zinc. Several medical research studies have investigated the claimed effects of garlic when treating disease. There appears to be evidence which suggests high levels of garlic consumption can reduce the risk of prostate cancer in some circumstances. There is also evidence that the vitamins and trace minerals in garlic can help alleviate the effects of the common cold. There is evidence that too much topical application of garlic direct to the skin or as garlic oil on the skin can result in minor burns. In areas where mosquitoes are problematic, consuming garlic can help deter them. The sulfur-containing compounds which are released when garlic cloves are crushed are natural deterrents for insects. Growing garlic amongst vegetables and flowers can also deter slugs from approaching the area. Researchers have found out that a clove of garlic under your pillow will help you sleep much more soundly and calmly. This sounds a bit weird, but the sulfurous substances in garlic combined with the aroma have a calming effect on you. The smell of the garlic will reach through the pillow a little bit, which helps you to fall asleep more easily. Plus, it will also improve the quality of your sleep. In other words, you sleep quicker and deeper. To do this, put 1 or 2 cloves including peel and make sure not to crush the clove. Retain the paper cover around the clove and place the clove under your pillow at night. In the morning, remove the clove and discard, repeat each night. Some trace elements are released as the heat of your body warms the clove. It generates an aroma which permeates the air around your pillow. This is a very old and traditional method to help people with insomnia. Many ancient cultures discovered garlic's ability to fight off diseases and infections thousands of years ago. The garlic will help you relax and relieve stress and anxiety. Garlic has even been thought of as being more powerful than some modern chemical medicines. Give it a try and for yourself. The information contained in this video is meant for natural home remedies only. This should not be taken the place of medical advice from a trained professional. If you feel that you are really suffering from a sleep disorder or medical condition, please see your healthcare provider immediately. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living. Did you know that there are plenty of benefits of drinking lemon water every morning? Please continue viewing this video so you will learn more. Lemons are a nutritious fruit packed with vitamin C and a host of antioxidants. Consuming lemon water has ample benefits, including kicking the digestive system into action, fighting off infections, and boosting the immune system. Here are the benefits: aids in digestion. Drink a cup of lemon water on an empty stomach in the morning to ease bloating, gas, and constipation. Lemon contains minerals that promote healthy digestion, alleviate heartburn, and stimulate healthy bowel function by reducing bloat and stimulating bowel movements. A natural liver aid. The liver is especially active during sleep. Your body restores and regenerates while you sleep, and the liver is hard at work processing and flushing out toxins. Drinking lemon water first thing in the morning helps wake up your liver and stimulate proper stomach acid production and bile production to aid in digestion. Healthy weight. There is evidence that drinking water, especially lemon water first thing in the morning, can help maintain a healthy weight. Researchers in Germany found that drinking enough water increased metabolism. Balances your body's pH. The term pH stands for power of hydrogen, which is a measurement of the alkaline acidity balance of your body tissues and organs. Ideally, the healthiest pH is slightly alkaline, and even though lemons are acidic on the outside, they're actually an incredibly alkaline food when absorbed by the body. When your body's pH is out of whack or excessively acidic, which can be caused by things like alcohol, stress, lack of exercise, and a diet high in processed foods, your body's immune system becomes compromised, leading to inflammation and disease. Incorporating lemon juice and these other alkaline-forming foods into your daily diet will help keep things in balance. Speaking of balance, the smell of lemons may even help reduce stress. Boost your immune system. Vitamin C, also known as ascorbic acid, is a powerful antioxidant that helps ward off disease, and lemons are loaded with it. Just one large lemon contains about 75% of your daily requirement. Research has shown that vitamin C can help shorten the duration of cold symptoms, and that the best way to reap its benefits is by consuming it in your diet, rather than popping a supplement. It may help you look younger. Another benefit of vitamin C's free radical fighting power is that it protects against skin damage. Of course, it's normal for your skin to gradually lose its elasticity with age, but too much free radical exposure, like pollution, smoke, radiation, UV rays, and many others, accelerates the aging process. Antioxidants, like vitamin C, help keep these toxic molecules in check. Vitamin C also boosts your body's collagen production, helping to build healthy tissue and keep skin strong and resilient. Kidney stones. These are solid mineral formations that collect in the kidneys. The most common type is made of a substance called calcium oxalate, and is typically treated with a compound called citrate. Increasing the amount of citrate in your urine is thought to prevent calcium from binding with other compounds and forming stones. In short, citrate restores the urine's ability to prevent kidney stone formation. Lemon water contains high amounts of citrate, and numerous human studies have found it can successfully help treat kidney stones. It appears to be most effective when used alongside potassium citrate, the supplement form of citrate. However, lemon water may also be a good alternative for those who don't tolerate potassium citrate as a first-line treatment. Studies show that lemon water can help treat kidney stones. It appears most effective alongside conventional therapy, but may also be a useful alternative treatment. How do you drink lemon water in the morning? Simply squeeze fresh lemon juice into ice cube trays and freeze. Drop a few cubes into a glass of cold or hot water as needed. You can start your morning with a mug of warm lemon water and keep a pitcher of water infused with a few sliced lemons in your refrigerator to drink throughout the day. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living. Did you know that the best natural way of losing weight is just controlling your appetite and your metabolism so that you will not earn more weight fast? Weight loss refers to a reduction of the total body mass, due to a mean loss of fluid, body fat or adipose tissue or lean mass, namely, bone mineral deposits, muscle, tendon, and other connective tissue. This could be achieved faster if the next following discussion shall be observed or followed. 1. Use smaller plates. Using smaller plates reduces how much food you eat. Some studies have shown that using smaller plates helps you eat less, because it changes how you see portion sizes. People seem to fill their plates the same, regardless of plate size, so they end up putting more food on larger plates than smaller ones. 2. Eat whole single-ingredient foods. One of the best things you can do to become healthier is to base your diet on whole, single-ingredient foods. By doing this, you eliminate the vast majority of added sugar, added fat and processed food. Most whole foods are naturally making it a lot easier to keep within healthy calorie limits. Furthermore, eating whole foods also provides your body with the many essential nutrients that it needs to function properly. Weight loss often follows as a natural side effect of eating whole foods. 3. Limit your intake of added sugar. Eating a lot of added sugar is linked with some of the world's leading diseases, including heart disease, type 2 diabetes and cancer. On average, Americans eat about 15 teaspoons of added sugar each day. This amount is usually hidden in various processed foods, so you may be consuming a lot of sugar without even realizing it. Since sugar goes by many names in ingredient lists, it can be very difficult to figure out how much sugar a product actually contains. Minimizing your intake of added sugar is a great way to improve your diet. Water is particularly good for weight loss when it replaces other beverages that are high in calories and sugar. 4. Avoid liquid calories. Liquid calories come from beverages like sugary soft drinks, fruit juices, chocolate milk and energy drinks. These drinks are bad for health in several ways, including an increased risk of obesity. One study showed a drastic 60% increase in the risk of obesity among children for each daily serving of a sugar-sweetened beverage. It's also important to note that your brain does not register liquid calories the same way it does solid calories, so you end up adding these calories on top of everything else that you eat. 5. Drink water. There is actually truth to the claim that drinking water can help with weight loss. Drinking 0.5 liters, 17 ounces of water may increase the calories you burn by 24 to 30% for an hour afterward. Drinking water before meals may also lead to reduced calorie intake, especially for middle-aged and older people. In order for weight loss to be permanent, changes in diet and lifestyle must be permanent as well. There is evidence that counseling or exercise alone do not result in weight loss, whereas dieting alone results in meaningful long-term weight loss, and a combination of dieting and exercise provides the best results. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living. Everyone would like to feel more energetic during the day. You naturally go through periods of higher activity which contrasts with times of relaxation. The problem occurs when more energy and concentration is required than we can give. This video will give you 7 natural ways how to boost your energy. 1. Stay on a regular sleep schedule. You can't stay up late during the weekend and suddenly on Monday morning wake up refreshed. If you do enjoy later nights on Friday and Saturday, vow to get to bed early on Sunday to wake up rested. 2. Avoid the sugar and caffeine roller coaster. Eat some protein and foods with a bit of fat in the morning. The brain needs protein and the body does not store it. You don't have to eat very much. A glass of low-fat milk, a piece of cheese, or a handful of nuts will get you going instead of pure carbohydrates like a plain bagel. 3. Take a 5 to 10 minute power nap around lunch. Even if you just close your eyes and let your mind drift, you will be refreshed for the afternoon. This is also effective anytime you feel yourself not concentrating, reading the same material over and over. Give in to the urge and completely relax for a few moments. 4. Drink more water and liquids. I know, everyone says to drink more fluids. But most Americans are in a constant state of dehydration from filling up on coffee, tea, and sodas with caffeine. This is very stressful to the kidneys and can cause irritation to the bladder. Keep a sports bottle filled with your favorite flavored water or just plain and keep it with you at all times. Set a goal: empty by lunch, refill, empty again by the time work is over. Carry plenty of water in the car too for you and your family. 5. Exercise regularly. This is easier said than done with a busy schedule. A poor conditioning level causes you to be short of breath and your heart to race when just doing simple things like climbing a flight of steps or doing household chores. Park farther away when shopping and walk. Dust off that exercise machine or get an exercise tape to play when weather is bad. Set an example for the rest of your family and maybe they will join in too. 6. A joke a day keeps the doctor away. Seriously, laughter has many beneficial effects on the body. The brain chemicals for experiencing pleasure, happiness, and peace increase with a good, hearty laugh. Live alone? Get a funny movie or watch a light-hearted comedy on TV. Nothing sarcastic or put down, however. 7. Avoid confrontations and situations with negative people. You know who they are. They are not going to change, but they will bring you and your mood down. The complainers, gossipers, and generally unhappy souls we all have to deal with on a day-to-day basis drain our energy if we allow them. Be polite but avoid arguing or getting hooked into listening to their constant problems. 8. Take regular, daily supplements of the highest quality. Our food and diet simply do not meet the amounts needed for maximum health. There is a difference between avoiding nutritional deficiencies and optimum performance. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living. Did you know how much one would feel when a family member suffers from drug addiction? We all know that it's very hard because it affects everyone we know and they know. Their addiction can have emotional, psychological, financial, and environmental effects on the people who care about them most. Dealing with addicted family members is always a big challenge. There are some important issues to explore when someone you love is harming themselves. People use various addictions to avoid their painful feelings, especially their feelings of anxiety, stress, aloneness, emptiness and loneliness. Is there some way that you are contributing to their pain? While you are not responsible for how someone deals with pain, you are responsible for anything you are doing that may be contributing to it. Some of the ways you might be contributing are: 1. Being judgmental toward the addicted person in an effort to control them regarding their addictions or regarding other behavior. 2. Caretaking the addicted person by covering up for them or doing things for them that they need to be doing for themselves. 3. Being discounting or dismissive toward them when they try to share their feelings with you about something you might be doing that is difficult for them. 4. Telling yourself that you are responsible for them, rather than taking loving care of yourself. Accepting your lack of control. Regardless of how you might be contributing to the problem, their choice to act out addictively is still 100% their choice, and you cannot control this. When you do not accept your powerlessness over another's choices and behavior, then you might stay in situations that are detrimental to you, trying to get the other person to change. Staying tuned into your own feelings and needs. Are you focused on the addicted person rather than on your feelings and needs? Are you putting yourself aside in your attempts to help them? Are you abandoning yourself in your efforts to get them to stop abandoning themselves and harming themselves? If you focus on your own feelings and your responsibility for yourself, what would you be doing differently? Are you feeling sad, used, angry, or anxious much of the time? If this is the case, then you need to start taking care of yourself rather than abandoning yourself. Taking loving action. If you completely accept your lack of control over the other person and stop caretaking them or judging them, and if you tune into yourself and discover that you are distressed as a result of this relationship, then you have some hard decisions to make. It is very important to understand that whatever is truly in your highest good, is also in the highest good of all. When you take loving care of yourself, you open the door for others to take loving care of themselves. What are some of the loving actions to take regarding the addicted person? 1. Join an appropriate group to help you move out of enabling the addicted person and out of enmeshment with him or her. 2. Get professional help to heal your need to control through your caretaking or through being judgmental. 3. Contact a professional who does interventions and bring together all the people who are sad about the situation and are willing to stop contact with the addicted person until he or she goes into a treatment center or gets some other form of good help. 4. Decide for yourself that you will no longer be involved with the family member as long as he or she is acting out the addiction. This means leaving the relationship, which may be a very hard thing to do. You may need professional help to take this action. 5. Accept the person as he or she is, completely accepting that the addiction will continue, and learn to take care of yourself within the situation. When you completely accept your lack of control and deal with your own controlling behavior, then you can open to learning about the loving action to take in your own behalf and in behalf of the addicted family member. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living. Know the natural remedies for strep throat? If you don't know, then this video is for you. There are many ways of helping the body in dealing with infections. Home remedies for strep throat are various and they include many aspects: diet, natural antiseptics, natural analgesics or natural antibacterial cures. Used appropriately, home remedies for strep throat can speed up the process of healing by fighting bacteria and by stimulating the immune system of the body. Strep throat can occur to anyone at any time. Although children and teenagers are the ones who often get strep throat, adults may also be affected by this illness. Strep throat occurs due to infection with group A Streptococcus bacteria. This type of bacteria is very contagious and can be easily transmitted through secretions, sneezing, coughing, or physical contact, handshake, touch. Even perfect hygiene can't prevent strep throat from occurring, as the bacteria that cause the infection are also airborne. In some cases, you can contract the bacteria responsible for strep throat just by standing next to a contaminated person. The most common symptoms for strep throat are inflammation and swelling of the throat, inflammation and swelling of the tonsils, swelling and tenderness of the lymph glands, difficulty in swallowing, fever, headache, nausea, fatigue, vomiting and diarrhea. There are home remedies for strep throat that can ease each of these symptoms. However, it is very important to understand that home remedies for strep throat can't completely replace medical treatments prescribed by a physician. Strep throat is an infection caused by bacteria and therefore needs appropriate treatment that consists of antibiotics. Although there are natural alternatives for medical antibiotics, they are considerably less effective in fighting bacteria on their own. Home remedies for strep throat that can act as antibiotics are garlic, honey, olive leaf extract and tea tree oil. Such home remedies for strep throat can help in fighting infection and inflammation, but medical treatment shouldn't be ignored. In fact, most home remedies for strep throat should be used only in addition to medical treatment with antibiotics. Home remedies for strep throat pain, discomfort and soreness are chamomiles, sage, peppermint, lavender, jasmine, rosemary and thyme. These can either be used as essences or ointments and are very efficient in reducing the pain and for relaxing the body. Peppermint and chamomile teas can relieve abdominal pain, reduce nausea and can also correct internal disorders such as diarrhea. A quick, effective home remedy for strep throat is salty water gargle. By washing the oral cavity with salty water a few times a day, you can help the body in overcoming the bacteria responsible for the infection. When suffering from strep throat, make sure you get enough sleep. Sleep is vital for body regeneration and for maintaining a strong immune system. However, due to the discomfort and pain caused by the infection with bacteria, you might have difficulties in falling asleep. Home remedies for strep throat that have both sedative and analgesic effects are ginseng and passion flower. Home remedies for strep throat are a very good means of speeding up the process of recovery. By following an appropriate medical treatment and a few good home remedies for strep throat, you will quickly overcome the infection and revitalize your body. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living. There is a good chance that you have seen an organic food aisle at one of your local grocery stores. In fact, you may have even driven past a farmer's market where the organic food was sold. There is also a good chance that you kept right on walking or driving by. This is because many individuals do not eat organic foods. Despite the fact that organic foods are not consumed by most of us, they still come highly rated and recommended. In fact, many health-conscious individuals swear by them. Many claims that eating organic foods helps to promote lifelong health and happiness. Organic food consumption has increased in popularity over the years, and that increase continues to rise at a relatively steady pace. If you are interested in eating organic foods, but if you have never done so before, you may be wondering what the benefits are. If so, please continue viewing on. When it comes to organic foods and their benefits, you will find an unlimited number of benefits. For starters, did you know that organic foods can help the environment? They can, and this is a point that many do not take into consideration at first. Farmers who put pesticides in their fields and on their foods are not only putting consumers at risk but the environment at risk as well. Depending on which pesticides and other chemicals are used, the soil and other nearby areas can suffer damage. By eating organic foods, you are providing a small, yet still helping hand to help protect the environment. Another unique benefit to eating organic that many individuals do not think of right away is the assistance that is provided to organic farmers and organic food manufacturers. Right now, the number of organic food manufacturers is quite small, and many are small to medium-sized businesses. The same can be said for farmers. The decision for many farmers and companies to go organic can be difficult and risky. Therefore, by purchasing organic foods, especially fresh fruits and vegetables, you can take comfort in knowing that you are helping many small to medium-sized farmers and organic food companies stay in business. Organic foods can also help to improve your body and health. In fact, organic foods may be able to help cleanse or detoxify your body from harmful chemicals. When you stop eating foods that are tainted with pesticides and other chemicals, your body will expel the current and remaining toxins from your body. This means that your body should be clean, chemical-free, and pesticide-free after a specific period of time. Of course, remember that you want to stay healthy. For that reason, if you decide to start eating organic foods, try to stay doing so. If you are a parent, one of the best ways to help ensure that your child has a happy and healthy life is to get them started on eating organic foods as early as possible. Another one of the many benefits to eating organic foods is the better quality. In fact, many individuals claim that organic food tastes much better. One reason why farmers claim to use potentially harmful pesticides and chemicals is to kill bacteria. While this does sound like a good idea, the bacteria that can be present when fruits and vegetables grow isn't necessarily bad. In fact, some say that it helps to foods grow in a certain way. This, apparently, in turn, helps to produce better results, which should better tasting, more natural food. As you can see, there are a number of benefits to eating organic foods. In fact, the preceding mentioned benefits are just a few of the many reasons why organic food should be given a close examination. If you would like more information on organic foods, including the benefits of eating them, consider speaking with a professional healthcare provider, like your doctor. He or she can help you decide if switching to organic foods is the right decision. So, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you will be notified on the next helpful video. Remember to always go first for natural remedies of healing for a low-cost healthy living.